Good morning, rise and shine with the Victors Nation. We are live for our first Sunday show. For sure, a stressful weekend, but gritty wins for basketball and football. No, I did not lose my voice. Kind of. I'm sick. It's probably anxiety driven. We'll talk more about that in a bit. We have a lot to cover today, so everybody grab your coffee and let's go. Derek, kick us off, man.
So first off, thank you to anyone that is tuning in. This is something that we plan to do more consistently. Is have more of a fan to fan reactive show. Typically, by the
Yep.
time that we normally report our or record our podcast, where we are reacting to the previous game, the hot takes are gone and we've all vented it out of our system. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of you that continuously follow us and listen. Thank you to those of you that are listening for your first time. Be sure to take a minute, and if you're listening on YouTube, go and hit that subscribe button. That way you can follow our podcasts every single week.
Yes.
And if you're listening, or even if you're not listening, go and find us and follow us and like and share on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well, our audio only platforms. But let's dive into another weekend of Michigan sports. Another weekend that, at the end of the day, we can call successful, and another weekend that I think was a little bit unsatisfying. So, let's dive into the the big topic of conversation in November of what takes the highest priority and highest importance. That is Michigan football. And
Yes.
we went. I, I have a hard time even saying we went on the road. I feel like it's more of a neutral site game. Went and played a neutral site game at Wrigley Field against Northwestern,
It was a home game in
and
Chicago,
and
basically.
somehow through
I mean,
a
hey, I don't know. Them
flurry.
Northwestern fans was in there.
Well, they
Really?
were, but I mean, I
Still a
feel
home game.
like, yeah, I felt the same. So through a flurry of late mistakes, instead of running away and dominating the game, ended up barely winning a game that we almost should have lost. Five turnovers to no takeaways. So defensively, we played solid defensively for the most part, but didn't generate any takeaways. Offensively, though, and offensively and special teams collectively, five turnovers in the course of the game. Um, I think we can be pretty collectively happy with 496 yards of offense. I think we can be pretty disappointed in 496 yards of offense, resulting in 24 points against a 500 middle of the pack Big Ten team in Northwestern. There were five possessions in the game where we marched down the field and got into Northwestern territory that came up empty. The first one with a touchdown called back on a questionable hold, a hold that you could certainly argue was a hold, but it also takes place on almost any running play every single game and could be called a lot. And there's a lot more times where it doesn't get called than it does. But that possession ended up with a missed field goal, right? And then two possessions that resulted in fumbles and another missed field goal. So I think that was it, maybe it was four. Maybe it was four possessions that came up empty-handed. I'm trying to think back now on what it was, but still, I mean, with the yardage that we put up, we should have run away with this game. We doubled them up on yardage. So if you look at, and I'm not huge on box score watching because it doesn't tell the story, but 496 total
No.
yards to 245 total yards. Bryce Underwood, for three-quarters of the game, played his best game of the season. Andrew Marsh, I know we're
Yep.
probably going to have a lot of things to say about him, but freshman records with 12 catches for 189 yards receiving. So, I mean, fantastic. We were a couple plays away from having a couple sacks or missed protections away from having over a 500-yard game. So there's certainly some good things to take away, but a lot that also leaves our head scratching and us saying, why are these things still happening in November? So
yeah, makes no sense.
And I had the pleasure of being able to watch the game unemotionally because I didn't watch most of it live. I watched the end of the game, mostly the fourth quarter, live. But I had to step in and be a good dad and a husband on a Saturday and go to a Christmas parade and a Santa visitation. And as one of my football coaches once said, a man's got to do what a man's got to do if a man's going to get whatever man wants to get. And in my case, that means building up points so that I can get the green light when I drop a timely question of, hey, do you mind if I go to Ann Arbor this weekend for a Michigan football game?
We usually right by you because, yeah. Real quick too, Nicholas, go blue, man. What's up, dude?
Go blue, baby.
And we have E as well too. Go blue as well. Thanks for joining us.
Go blue.
And then we got Max. We're gonna get back to you real quick, man. I promise. And I also saw that you messaged me this morning too. I will get back to you on that. But yeah, AKA Joanna, Derek's wife. Thanks, Dad. We appreciate you.
Glad I elaborated on what I meant by a man's got to do what a man's got to do if a man's going to get whatever man wants to get.
I don't even think my wife is watching right now. Like, really? She's committed.
Hey, that's dope.
She's awesome.
That's dope. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude.
But when the shout out to my wife for when the game got tight and we were driving in the car and both kids were sleeping, knowing that I was probably 50% involved in the conversation, 50% involved in watching the fourth quarter on my phone.
I would have been it would have been a 70-30 for me. Michigan football 70, wife 30.
Oh, that was awesome. Bro.
Just being honest. 21-9, and then we're down 22-21. Damn. Yeah. We're gonna talk more about that though. Pretty jacked about it.
Bro,
Yeah, well, let's dive into some.
Real quick, we got
it was
Tim
rough
St.
to watch,
Drew.
man.
What's
I was
up,
tired
homie?
after the game.
What's up, Tim?
What's up, Tim? Appreciate you watching this morning, man.
Max's question before we get in here.
Maximilian.
Yep.
How was Klein only targeted twice? I think part of that has to do with the game plan.
The emergence of Andrew Marsh.
There was a lot of plays that dialed up Andrew Marsh being either the intentional first read or Bryce's most comfortable first read. He was open.
Targets.
He was open a lot.
He was putting in work.
He was. And it was a heavy RPO game plan as well. So those, there's not a ton of RPO plays that we've run this year that really dial up the tight end as the pass option because our tight ends are so heavily involved in the run game that on the RPO plays they've got run assignments. So
to be honest, man, I think what's the name has been a better go-to target in the tight end position. Yes, Marshall.
Zach Marshall.
Yep.
He's been good. I mean, we saw Klein look like a Colston Loveland though, with dialed up strategic plays to him week 1.
Yeah, facts. But it ain't been consistent.
He's been injured.
Yeah. But I think Marshall is the best option at tight end right now.
I'm going to say this again. With a healthy Joe Hogan, Michigan has 4 solid tight ends. 4 solid, big play, catching, blocking tight ends. But injuries
have slowed Klein down a lot, but you know what I'm saying?
We gotta use him more though. It just seems like almost every other game. And Deacon, thank God he was there when that ball got tipped. Thank you, Deacon. Jeez, that could have been
and that's another tight end. He been stepping up.
I said that's why I said 4.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said Michigan has 4 solid, big play catching and blocking tight ends. Are we utilizing them correctly every single game? No. That's 100% on coaching strategically. It just doesn't make sense to me. I know they were targeted quite a bit this game, not Marlin so much, but remember, we got 4 solid tight ends that can make big plays. So I don't really know the strategy with the tight end. I think if someone were to ask me, Jason, are the tight ends being underutilized at Michigan football? Yes. I think they're being underutilized. They can make bigger plays. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But let's move forward because I could spend a whole episode on that part.
Agreed. A couple more comments. Go blue, y'all. Love you guys.
Go blue.
Spouse it. Blue. Significant others join in here today. GG Zach has been showing out this year. Hope he's good after yesterday. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it's grabbing his. Yeah.
After his last catch, he left injured. So hopefully it's not anything bad. Marsh is a baller and so proud of him, but you can't throw to him every play. Yeah, I'd like to see a little bit more mixing
facts, but if ain't none of the other wide receivers stepping up, what can we do? Let me ask y'all this though. You know what I'm saying? Derek McCulley was supposed to be our number one option. You know what I'm saying? He a great number 2, but you know what I'm saying? When times is rough, I'm going to what we got, and that's Marsh, and he been producing. He been the most consistent producing in our offense besides the running backs all season.
Marsh has turned into the number 1 for sure. McCauley, when he gets the ball, he can definitely make some plays, but so can McCauley. And so can Marsh and McCauley, but Marsh is definitely the number 1 right now. And I know the pass protection
if we gotta
always isn't even there, but we got to start utilizing these tight ends more. I don't understand our offensive strategy going into each week. I'm confused by the
Bryce got to learn. He got to learn.
I don't get it.
That our running backs is our friends, man. He got to use the dump down. He got to use the check down sometimes too, man. They be wide open on the left and the right sometimes. That I be watching, man. You got to dump it down a couple times, man. Just a couple times. You ain't gonna make every play, Bryce. You know what I'm saying? I know you that guy, but dump it down.
Speaking of our receivers, though, without a doubt, Andrew Marsh has become our number 1 playmaker on offense outside of our running backs. One of the best players on the field in general. I think that moving forward, he's probably going to be returning punts as well. And that, it brings up the question, do you want your best player doing all of that? I think the answer is yes, that you do want your best player returning kicks, returning punts, and
talents win games.
If they can get them 10 touches on offense a game too, that's phenomenal. But the difference to me with his emergence between him and Donovan McCauley is McCauley was supposed to be wide receiver 1 coming into the season, and the hope was that Andrew Marsh would, as a true freshman, get to a point where he could be an impactful player. He has become the number 1 receiver on the offense, without a doubt. Donovan McCauley, like you said, Jason, he can make good plays when he gets a ball in his hands. The thing is that he's got to get the ball in his hands. Andrew Marsh goes and makes plays, right? So you see it.
Facts.
I think only one time have we seen a ball thrown deep down the field where McCauley went up and made a play on the ball. Marsh seems like he is doing it on a weekly basis, right? And so to me, difference. McCauley, if you get him in space and get a ball in his hand, he's gonna get some yards after the catch. But what stood out to me the last couple of weeks,
he caught yesterday.
Yep. And what has stuck out to me the last couple of weeks with McCauley and really the whole season is if he could execute, Bryce has thrown multiple times where it should have been a back shoulder pass to McCauley, and he did not, as a route runner, execute a back shoulder pass, right? And that's something that if you look at what triggers, what does a quarterback and receiver have to read to run the back shoulder pass? It's that the corner ends up in man coverage, and as a receiver, McCulley isn't stacked on him, right? So the deep ball isn't open, but the corner in man coverage has his back to Bryce, right? That should trigger a back shoulder pass, right? And really good receivers can execute that play really well. And at 6'5", you would hope that McCulley could execute that play well. And a lot of times
he ain't even marking people like he's supposed to.
He tries to catch it. He tries to catch it like that. He doesn't put on the brakes for the back shoulder.
He wasn't.
Catch.
I mean, he wasn't doing that at Indiana though. I mean, he could also throw the ball. He's a previous quarterback as well too. I mean, he should know these things already, coaching or not. So I don't know. It's a tough call.
Hey, that's facts. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. He was a quarterback, so he should know these things.
Yeah, and there's a play. The damn ball. He can throw the damn ball.
There was a play yesterday on the sideline, and this happens a lot. Is that he'll do an outside release, but he will let the corner get position on him and drive him to the sideline, and that creates a very I think Joel Klatt called it out in the commentary of the game that doesn't give a lot of room. Like as a receiver, you want to try and get leverage. You don't want to get pushed into the sideline because now as a corner you're in
that's defender winning.
That's teach tape. That's teach tape as a corner. Is that
facts.
If they release outside, don't let them release inside. If they release outside, drive them to the sideline. But good receivers,
the sideline
get their
is
leverage
extra
back
defender.
so they right, and that gives Bryce just a very small window, and you see that with Marsh on a lot of those deep balls. Marsh is a couple yards inside of the sideline. He has that window where then it's a little bit easier. Insurance. It doesn't have to be on the money, and he goes and makes plays. And he's a true freshman doing that, which is really exciting to see because that's.
I wanted him to get 200 so bad, bro. I wanted him to get 200 so bad.
When we interviewed Eleanor, Dre and I interviewed his mom, episode 59. I think his goal was 1,100 receiving yards this year. We didn't even think he was going to play after week
1,000. 1,000.
Yeah, over 1,000 or whatever with 8 touchdowns.
It was 1,000.
I don't know, man. This guy is just. He's just not. We keep talking about Bryce. We keep talking about BU and how good he is as a freshman. He's a generational quarterback. He's going to make mistakes, but he's smart, right? He's not like normal 18-year-olds on the field. But, I mean, same discussion could be held with Andrew Marsh. It's absolute phenom. Kid's going to do really, really great things.
He's going crazy, bro.
Really great things. He's so good.
I want to see his total.
But
on the year?
Derek, let's get into
because I know he's about to lead and receive. Yeah. What's his total on the year?
Let's catch up on a I think it's like 500 and some comments, or 500 and some yard, like 580 or something like that. All right, Corey just left church. Now I get to listen to you boys. God is good. I did pray for Jason's man cold. Another comment here. Michigan's fan base set expectations on the team. Yeah. Michigan's fan base set expectations on a team that wasn't ready for those expectations. Hey, welcome to the Michigan fan base. That is what we do. But this is entirely entirely accurate. We are not. So I messaged somebody this yesterday in a group chat. We have potential and the pieces and the ingredients to be a really good team. But we have a lot of really young players that are contributing and making really young player mistakes. In addition to that, we've got a coaching staff that's still trying to come together. Sharon Moore is still really a rookie at being a head coach, and you see that. You see coaching mistakes, right? So case in point, I know that we'll probably talk about this shortly, but 4th and 1 with the game on the line, and you got a 6'5", 230-pound quarterback, and probably one of the toughest guys in college football in Max Bredesen on the field. Go under center and run a fucking quarterback sneak. Like, why is that not part of Michigan's playbook? Like, why are we going out of shotgun with our third string running back, right? So yes, we really Michigan is where they should be right now, 9-2, and probably 9-2 because of the fact we got a slightly soft schedule. 8-2. Yeah, that's really where this team should be. And one of the things that if you want to take something positive, which I tend to do out of the things that are happening. You've got a group of really young guys. I think 6 true freshmen or redshirt freshmen that are starting. The youngest team in the Big Ten. You got a group of young guys that are learning how to win games at this level, and that goes a long way, right? Learning how to come away regardless of the situation, regardless of if we're happy or not as fans. They're learning how to finish games and how to win games. And yesterday was a tough situation for a bunch of young guys to be in, and they still ended up coming out with a W with the last second field goal.
Yeah.
But this is absolutely right. This is not the reality is that this coaching staff and this team are not quite a national championship caliber team, and our expectations as fans are that we should destroy everybody every
year.
But that's going to be every year.
It's we're not here to win divisions. I mean, we want to win divisions, but we're not here like that's gone now. But like we're not here for good records, right? If they want to go somewhere else, that's fine. But like the big thing with Michigan is, and there's other colleges and other teams, you can look at the professional level as well too. We're not here for good records. We're here for championships. The fan base has the expectation that we're going to win a championship every single year regardless. I mean, that's not just football too. That's basketball. Now with Dusty May, we're going to talk more about that, and then hockey as well too. It's other sports, and we have really good programs at Michigan. I mean, we're pretty lucky fan base to have what we have in other sports besides football, but it's a good comment. It's going to be the expectation like every year.
Max. Absolutely. Max, this is tying into us talking about Marsh and Macaulay, more about Marsh. So Trouba teams are going to see that and double team him. And then you have to have options. Absolutely. Agree 100%.
Facts.
Brett,
I mean, we
thanks
could
for
talk
tuning in.
real quick about that. I mean, that's where the tight ends, we got to utilize our tight ends more, but like, we don't have to throw the tight end right in the middle of the field. I'm going to give props to Northwestern here. They adjusted in the second half. It didn't look like we adjusted much in the second half, but they turned around and they read the RPO. They took away the RPO in the second half of the game.
Perfect.
They were just sitting there and baiting Bryce to make a mistake. Like I get it. The first half, Bryce was playing awesome, but my God, like, don't just throw it up the middle. And then we're going to talk about that second pick he threw in the fourth quarter. You got to have that ball off, man. That's a read you have to make. I know you threw an interception prior to that. But that second interception, that ball needs to be handed off for probably 7 to 8 yards, maybe more.
Facts.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that as well too.
Yeah, and speaking of Northwestern's adjustments to the RPO, they almost came in with a game plan of take away the run, let the passing game beat us, and it was the RPO game that was really the RPO game and really short to intermediate routes to Marsh that were chipping away at them, and Bryce had a couple big plays with his legs too, where he scrambled and kept the ball and picked up some first downs. And really, what it looked like the adjustment was that Northwestern made was a little more depth, right? Because there was a lot of passes that were like inches away from being knocked down in the first half, and they ended up being just darts on the money. It looked like Northwestern got a little bit more depth, and so you'd have like a safety or a linebacker appearing to make the read that would cause Bryce to throw the ball instead of hand the ball off. They were doing that, but they were a little bit deeper, and they were able to get their hands on some of those passes. And you're right, it was predetermined on the second interception. It was kind of predetermined. It was kind of like pre-snap. He decided that he was going to throw that football.
But it's just everything down the middle, and we got to utilize our tight ends a lot better too. But I mean, crazy. I mean, you look at our stats. So Derek, you mentioned them at the beginning of the episode, like. If we didn't see the score and you just saw the stats, didn't know who won the game, I would think we would have killed them. We would have been way off on our predictions, but mistakes.
We was way off on our predictions.
We were so close. I was like, during the game.
Give us a little credit, Jay. We were a little close. We were a little close. Like,
hey,
we
the first half, I thought we was gonna nail that bitch. I'm like, they about to get 17.
When we were
Let's
up
see what the
29,
end for
21
Michigan.
to 21,
Yeah.
we left 13 points off the board. If we're up, I mean, mine should have been pretty damn close.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, we about to really hit this. We about to really hit this mark for real. I thought one of us was gonna hit. Then the second half, I'm like, oh man.
Someone on the Facebook page had like 49 to 13, and I gave it a heart. Just because I'm like, I gotta give this some love. I like this one way better than my prediction. Love it.
Brett.
Hey, if we would
Brett
have played good and no turnovers, we would have been straight.
Yeah. Brett says Bryce needs to stop reading the receivers with his eyes. That's just something that's going to come with time.
He's a freshman, bro.
Still a true freshman.
Repetition.
And some of that might on the RPOs,
so that's on repetition.
Our RPOs, his eyes are making the read. But yeah, he does lock on to some receivers, and I think that's what you saw with the first interception. Was that he was locked on, scrambled, didn't see the defender, and threw it right to him.
Caught right underneath him. Tight end wide open. Time to utilize the tight end.
But what's crazy, he was there. They was talking about him all game. They was talking about his position being down there all game. And next thing you know, wham, he get a pick. I was so pissed.
Yeah. All right, another comment from GOJ. Yeah. Luckily, Michigan played a team with future doctors, lawyers, and businessmen. Had they played a team with future NFL players, they'd lost. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they got it. You're not gonna turn the ball over 5 times and win very many games in general.
Man, they were hitting hard for real quick for being future doctors, lawyers, and businessmen. We're going to talk about it too. We talked about it in future episodes or past episodes. But are we matching the aggression of the opposition? I don't give a crap who we're playing. Are we matching the aggression and the willing to win? And we won. I get it. But man, it just seems like we're not playing a full game of football. And when we're up a little bit, it's just not cohesive on offense and defense. And for future doctors, lawyers, and businessmen, like especially Fitzgerald on that defense, Northwestern defense, they were hitting fucking hard.
Yeah.
They were laying the wood.
They were going crazy yesterday was a
it's just
nice little litmus test.
I feel like when we have a lead, we just lay off the gas pedal. We aren't as physical.
We'll jump to this next.
And that come with coaching too, though. You know what I'm saying? Us laying off the gas pedal. I feel like we shouldn't have stopped throwing the damn ball. Like we was throwing the ball so damn good in the first half. Then we start running it, trying to take the air out of the ball, and that killed them and gave them momentum. If we would have kept going with our game plan, we could have had 50, 60 some points yesterday.
Yes. We get complacent. We went to a bull constrictor offense. Northwestern was more physical. They were playing 4 quarters of football. Thank God our defense held them to 3 field goals at 21-9 at one point because we would have been in some deep shit.
Yeah, a follow up here.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. Them championship moments count.
Yeah,
that's why I'm glad we played that game yesterday.
Yep, the objective to win championship moments. Texas outgained Ohio State stat wise, but the Buckeyes won the championship moments, and that's something that is. So case in point, we go up 21-9, right? We should be able to run away with that game. We go up 14-6, and after a long scoring drive, we hold Northwestern right away to a 3-and-out. Right? They give us the ball back. If we go and put together another long drive there, that momentum is absolutely absorbed from them. But we had
a drive going. We just fumbled. We fumbled.
Well, that was after that. But
we had like 2 out of the 3, and we
after
had like
keeping
2 out of the 3
the
drives. We could have scored 2 touchdowns right there, at least a field goal. But we also left 13 points off the board too.
Yeah. Gigi dropped us 577 total receiving yards for Marsh, and then Max, whenever you're ready, we'll segue from Max's comments here to dive into some more conversation specifically about the football game yesterday. Whenever you're ready, let's talk about our defensive pass rush. We better bring that back in a couple of weeks. Any comments
it was obsolete
defensively on the pass
yesterday,
rush?
boy. Man, what pass rush? Like what pass rush? Like honestly,
That's why I
we
think
should have been
Wink
eating
blitzes so
Northwestern
much, but
ass
then
up, bro. No.
you're not helping your secondary out either. That we're getting killed on the long ball. Like Wink too
Yeah,
is
bro.
another coach. I don't understand what you're trying to do here on certain. That 2nd and 22 pissed me off. That 2nd and 22 pissed me off though, for real.
When we were up 21-9?
Well, yeah, and then they had him and they went to blitz, and then my man threw him for 32 yards. That shit pissed me off so bad, bro. I knew exactly what you were talking about, Jason. He threw it for 32 yards. I'm like, come on, man. But again, that's on our cornerbacks too, man. Y'all can't let them do this. You know what I'm saying? You can't let them just because they throwing a long ball. That don't mean they got to catch it. Y'all got to defend. And a lot
out of position.
And a lot of times we was out of position. Yes, we was out of position.
Barry just was stumbling. It looks like we were just tripping over our own feet. Like, oh my god, it just did not look good.
Man, we was out of position yesterday. Very out of position yesterday.
So yeah. I mean, Max, we're gonna get into it more, but yeah, defensive pass rush. I mean, it needs to be there to beat an Ohio State team the last 4 years. We need pass rush. We need to win in the trenches, and we need a good running game. Well, Marshall should be fine. Banged up, should be good to go.
Man, y'all don't, man. See, man, everybody keeps saying that, but we don't know that shit, man. We don't know what Marshall owns.
I think he'll be all right.
But I hope. Well, let's hope so. Like, let's hope so.
If we don't have the running game, and then we don't win in the trenches, especially on the defensive side, and establishing a good pass rush, man, Wink's gonna be in a hard spot.
Like, man, you can't just blitz. Tear that ass up.
Blitz. They're gonna throw the ball quick, and they got the receivers just go up and get it. Our secondary is gonna be torched. We were talking of this is the same conversation we have for years and years and years on this podcast, especially. Everyone's worried about the secondary against wide receiver U. I'm going to call them wide receiver U. They are. It is what it is. They're getting Chris Henry Jr. next year as well, too. So, like, an NFL prodigy. But, like, we have to establish the pass rush. But at the same time, Wink has got to figure it out and be strategic against this Ohio State team specifically. Like, we cannot just keep blitzing every single freaking play, man. Stop.
I mean, we got to get past Maryland first, bro.
What the hell
We got to get past Maryland. We got to get past Maryland first, bro.
I get that, but,
Maryland first.
I get that, but it's going to be the same conversation we're going to have every single year. Our secondary is never going to be able to match their receivers. They're just not. We got to figure out a way to beat them.
Yeah, I think
we've been doing it the last 4 years.
Looking at the defensive
we had
line.
Our weakest, but we had a defensive line last year. That's the problem.
Well, looking at our defensive line yesterday, so I think we're credited with 1 sack, and I'm pretty sure that was on an intentional grounding. Is where that sack credit came. So no actual sacks by any players.
I'm about to say we got a sack yesterday. I'm about to say we got a sack.
But the defensive line.
Now that you say it like that, okay.
Yeah, the defensive line though, I mean they completely eliminated the running game. So they were a stout in their run assignments, and on multiple occasions, even though they did not get home for a sack, they knocked a lot of balls down yesterday. And they forced a lot of throws that were low percentage throws. Now, that being said, a couple of those low percentage throws should have been caught. We got lucky twice. One was called a completion and then overturned early after review. And another one on basically the same exact play went right through their receiver's arms. So a better team's probably catching both of those passes. And they were put in a perfect spot. But also, I thought defensively at a lot of levels, besides letting a couple guys get open in the secondary, defensively yesterday, I thought we played okay, right? Our defensive performance it would be completely acceptable if our offense didn't leave so many points on the field. And we put the defense in a couple of short fields, a couple tough spots, and they held pretty well. It would have been nice to see them hold Northwestern to a field goal after Bryce's interception when we were basically giving the game right back to Northwestern, and they gave up a touchdown right away there. But I thought defensively played okay. Like to see a takeaway, another dropped pick, right? Story of the season defensively. This time Zeke Berry let a ball go right through his hands. Ernest Hausman, I thought, played great. I thought Ernest Hausman had a fantastic game. Good to see Ernest Hausman, Jimmy Rolder, and Jayshawn Barham on the field again.
All right, so we really need to get through our topics. We'll get back to these comments.
Yep.
We'll push these comments here in a little bit, but where do we want to start? Football?
Start football. Start offense.
Yeah, great. So, M&M show. So Marshall, at 65-yard run that he had, I mean, it was crucial. I mean, he looks solid. So I think it's, like I said, he should be all right. Andrew Marshall targeted 15 times, 12 receptions for 189 yards, and some crazy snags, especially that one with the 2 feet that he just got in. I mean, that's going to count on Sundays.
Bro, Mondays and Thursdays. Bro, that's to save the game. He saved our game with that catch. That's the game. I mean, that was the game. He saved the game. Yeah, he saved the game with that, and he had 2 feet down. I said, shit.
Yep. Well, that's what I said, dude. It's going to count Sundays, some Mondays, and some Thursdays. But, I also heard Gus, he mentioned his mom, Eleanor Marsh. We interviewed episode 57 or 59. Definitely check it out. We had an awesome time with her, interviewing her. And then shout out to his dad that he passed as well, too. I know Gus shouted that out as well, too. So, I mean, damn, they even shouted out the Shepmates as well, too. Impersonating them. So we met them at the NFL draft in Detroit, actually. I got a couple pictures with them. But Andrew Marsh is him. 6-6 at one time for 104 receiving yards. He is just an absolute beast. Absolute beast. Would he finish the game with 189 yards receiving? 15 targets, like I said, 12 receptions. But this kid is shifty. He's quick. When he gets the ball, he can definitely make plays as well, too. I mean, as a freshman, like I said, we talk about Bryce Underwood a lot being a generational quarterback. Andrew Marsh is a generational talent at the wide receiver position. The kid's going to be extremely good. Him and Bryce, that connection, I cannot wait to see it the next few years. That being said, offensively, got to talk about some of the bad here, I guess, too. I get everyone saying, well, we won. We won the game. I understand that. I don't think that's why people are complaining that, oh, FYI, we won the game because of your bullcrap comment or whatever. Sounds so negative, right? I don't think they're complaining about winning or losing. It's just the fact that it's the play. It's the consistent product that we're seeing on the field week by week. Take the winning, losing crap, shove it to the side for a second. Think about the plays. Think about the play calling. Think about the product, the development. This stuff is lacking at some point. So, I mean, even special teams. So we can talk about this real quick, and then I'm going to get to the other stuff, and then I'll shut up because I'm about to lose my voice here. Andrew Marsh had a punt return for 12 yards on a single return. Okay? Samaj Morgan. I know we don't like to talk crap about players, and I'm not doing that. I'm just stating some facts here. He's had his punt return yards all season, I think around 20-something, 25, I think to be exact. When are we going to start making some changes here offensively and special teams as well, too?
I think they made them yesterday.
We'll see.
I think that's why he got in after that fumble. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's late. It's too late in the season. You know what I'm saying? It should have been a change. Should have been a long time ago. No disrespect, but you know what I'm saying. They kept trying to give him chances. I think his last. I think they had. I mean, when they put Andrew Marsh in, I was like, yeah.
Real quick too. I mean, that should have not been a fumble either. that ref made a way too premature call to even know where the hell that ball was. I don't understand why she made that call.
I thought he had the ball, to be honest, but I was like, all right.
He did have the ball back, but they couldn't overturn it because that was the call that was made on the field, and it was just a clusterfuck of him probably getting the ball back. It looks like he got the ball back right away. So with maybe a Northwestern hand on it. So bad call. So we'll talk about the bad real quick here. But like I said, besides the refs being shitty, we play under our competition. We make winning look hard. I still don't get it. I get that we're young and injured, but still. 21-9 at one point turned into 21-22. The offense and defense, like I said before in this episode, the cogs just don't turn at the same time. It's not cohesive. It's not consistent. I don't understand it. It seems like when we are tied or we have the lead, we just crash. I don't understand it. So, like I said, thank God the defense held them to 3 straight field goals. But like I said, Northwestern made some solid adjustments against the RPO. It really looked like we didn't. Again, we're seeing undisciplined play, coaching as well too, progress and development. Like I said, I get it. We're a young team. We're going to make a lot of mistakes. I can argue that with the talent, though, versus Northwestern. I can argue that. Talent versus youth. And it not being coached correctly either, knowing their talent. So the talent we have should have rocked, should have smashed Northwestern.
Northwestern is an older veteran team, too. You know what I'm saying?
I get that. So, but talent-wise, I'm not buying it with Michigan. Like, we've digressed the last couple years, and I get it. We've had a massive overhaul in coaching and players. I understand that. There's a lot of factors here. But leaving 13 points off the fucking board with 5 turnovers is not an excuse for youth.
And then that's crazy. And then one thing I didn't like, why the fuck would we try to make a 60-yard field goal, bro? I don't understand.
Zavada last year would have made it. Probably. Well, he probably would have made it last
year. That's not what I'm saying, but bro, we on a funny ass field that ain't even a football field, so the wind is crazy.
The wind is gonna hit differently as well too. Besides the fact that he hasn't really had a great year this year, so I don't know, but so I think the last time we had 5. Or go ahead, Derek. Go ahead.
To that point though, I mean, it's either try a Hail Mary or a 60-yard field goal. Neither of them are going to be a high percentage.
Hail Mary, bro.
Neither of them going to be a high percentage scoring play. He had the distance. Right. He had the leg. He had the leg on it.
Yeah, he did. He did.
He just missed a little bit.
He did.
He hits that last year.
But I just didn't like that. I didn't like that.
Cool. Keep going, Jason.
So, which I think the last time we had a 5 turnover game and we won was back in 2010. Just insane. Like 5 turnovers is nuts. And thank God for Deacon, like I said, for that jump ball catch, because that should have been 6. But the comeback down, 1, back-to-back interceptions. Like I said earlier, Bryce should have handed that ball off instead of that second interception. I know it should have, could have, would have, whatever. But he chose to throw. We got to read the field a little bit better there. I know he's young. He's going to learn. And then that fumble by Kuz as well, too. By Kuz on that 4th down.
I don't think that was on him. I think that was on Bryce.
I don't think that was even on Bryce. I think that was on coaching. It looked like a designed run.
I mean, yeah.
It looked like a designed run.
Coaching, they shouldn't have called that play, but that handoff was all on Bryce. How they fumbled, that was all on Bryce. Bryce ain't put it in the right place.
It shouldn't even came down to that. It should have been. It's on coaching. Facts. Why the hell are you running your on 4th down? Why the hell are you running your 3rd string running back? Which, hey, I like the dude. He was taking some big fucking shots and still running really hard. I love this guy. But that's just 100% on coaching. Why the hell wasn't that a quarterback sneak? Like, are you okay? Like, coaching is 100% very difficult to understand this year. And the play calling and the development, I don't get it. I don't get it.
Is that a quarterback sneak if we play in Ohio State?
I don't know.
I don't care if who. I don't care if who. I don't care who we're playing. That should be a quarterback sneak, right? And so I'm, jumping back to the comment that
it's
the
gonna matter
objective
more
is to win.
if we play Ohio State, but I get you though. I get you.
Right. But to the comment earlier, the objective is to win championship moments in the game. That's a championship moment that you have to win, right? You're trying to drive to come back from down one, and you have fourth and a half a yard to go, and you call a play that is a mesh read play between two guys that probably haven't gotten a lot of reps on that play. It looked awkward from the beginning with both guys moving forward. When it's how often do you see a quarterback sneak get stopped from getting a half a yard at any level of play? Right. Let alone when you've got a quarterback the size of Bryce Underwood. Go get that fucking half yard with the quarterback sneak. If you can't get that, if you right, exactly. If you can't win that play, if your offensive line and offensive players can't win a rugby push play against Northwestern, a team that was rightfully associated as being a team of doctors and lawyers, right? That's a lot. That's looking at your team and saying you got to win that play. One play, you've got to win that play.
It didn't make sense to me, and I get that we're somewhat injured as well too. Like I understand that with the youth mixed in there, but I don't know, man. It's like besides the questionable play calling at times, like it's game 10. We can argue talent versus youth all day. I'm taking talent over youth. We should have killed Northwestern. We left too many points on the board, too many miscues with turnovers as well too. It should have been 6. But progressive development is my biggest concern from the coaching staff and this team. I don't see it from this staff right now. I just don't. And then Wink again, dude, killing me. You got to turn down the blitzing and help the secondary out. Like, I get we're trying to get pressure. I understand it. We're trying to do this shit every week. But it's when you do it. I think you understand that more than I do. Like I said, that 2nd and 22 pissed me off. Like, I'm not sure if we blitz on that or not, but like our secondary is getting torched by the long ball against Northwestern. Drop the linebackers back in coverage and add some fucking assistance to it. I don't understand, Wink, how you can keep doing this week by week by week by week by week and not get it through your head. I don't understand. He is the one coach right now. Like, I just don't understand how you've completely digressed from the last few weeks last year against Ohio State and Bama, even the few weeks before that with Michigan State, Northwestern. What are you doing, my guy? You're just confusing the shit out of me.
So
this guy, dude, I don't get him. I don't get him.
I think a reality is that last year, and there's going to be a comment here that illustrates this too, because we'll get back into a couple comments here in a second. But Wink had an NFL defensive line last year playing college football. And
I was about to say, bro, he got a better line, right? Bro. You know what I'm saying?
So that at the end of the year when he finally stopped fucking blitzing and realized that Mason Graham, Kenneth Grant are fucking unblockable at the college level, and when you can generate that type of control of the interior offensive line from your middle defenders on the defensive line, that it's hard to do a whole lot against that when you can do that and have 7 guys back in coverage. Our secondary has struggled in man coverage situations consistently. Especially down the field. They are down the field and on double moves. Mm-hmm. Let's get into a couple comments that have come in. A lot of comments have come in, so thank you for everyone that is dropping. Probably won't be able to get through all of them. We're going to hit a couple of quick hitters here, just recapping Michigan basketball and hockey before we finish up. It's been a solid Sunday event session here, so thanks for joining us.
Did you post the Rico one?
Right here, yes, Rico. This team is cheeks. Looking to next season. It's
not funny. Like, we're gonna defend this team into the end, but just the fact that you wear this team is cheeks. Like, that's hilarious. Sounds like my neighbor Ben.
GOJ. Michigan's still solid, but the mystique is kind of fading. That power smacking in the mouth identity is eroding, in my opinion. I agree. I think Jordan Marshall carries that identity a little bit, but we definitely had that identity for multiple years, and we don't have it at the same capacity.
Have it no more. Facts.
Referring to Jordan Marshall, Rico again, shoulder is the least stable joint in the human body. Depending
That's
on
what I
the
was telling
injury,
Jason, bro.
It's also one that for the running back position, if
that's what
the pain is tolerable. Yeah, if the pain is tolerable from the running back position, depending what the injury is, you can certainly play through it. Sayan needs to be scared. Rico, Maryland could easily be an L. Yeah, it's not going to be a gimme at all.
If Marshall, even if Marshall
not
plays,
at
it's
all.
not going to be a gimme.
Hell no! We always
the game before
Maryland always play us tough. Facts.
I don't know why that. Why do we always play freaking Maryland? It always seems like we played Maryland before Ohio State.
The week before, yeah.
I don't know, bro. That shit is always is all the time too, and it's always at Maryland.
Every other year, that's what I'm saying. Every other year at Maryland for the game. Crazy.
Have to put something on film for saying to be scared. Agree. Fuck Ohio State. Agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
Moore is letting his OC call the game. That's still something that I'm uncertain of, but I know Bryce is going to win a Heisman.
A little short on that answer. It makes me think like he still has a touch on that a little bit, but we'll see. We're never really going to know, I guess.
Yes.
I think it's a collab.
Well, I'm going to shut my screen off for a second. Jason, you want to run through these comments here quick?
Yes. Bryce is going to win the Heisman next year. Yeah. I think he's going to be in contention the next few years, depending on what support that we can give him in the transfer portal. So, Drake, let's talk about this for a second. Who are we looking to snag? What position groups are we looking to snag in the transfer portal next year? Wide receiver is definitely one of them, and offensive line.
Offensive line.
Yes.
I mean, other than that, I feel like all the other positions they got already. We need more offensive linemen, and I maybe say a cornerback or two, but Bryce need weapons, man. Yeah, Bryce need weapons.
For him, it's a team sport, right? It's a team sport. For him to win the Heisman, it's a team sport.
Yeah,
you're going to need the supporting cast for him to get that award.
Yeah,
we got to get the wide receivers. I think we're good on tight end for a few more. I mean, we're turning into tight end U besides DNU, but we got a lot of defensive ends coming in next year. Just in general, defensive line. We got
if we can get the other one we trying to flip. I forgot his name. I was just watching it last night before I went to bed. But it's a flip that we're trying to get. If we can get him and
which position?
DE. He a defensive end.
Oh.
But he gonna be opposite side of Meadows. Now if we had them boys, it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be scary if we can get both of them.
Meadows next year. That guy's gonna be a freaking freak.
It's gonna be scary.
Yeah, like I said, just Bryce Underwood is going to win a Heisman next year. I agree with you. Team sport. What's his supporting cast look like?
I say year 3.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on the supporting cast. We have the money. Who are we looking to get? Development's another topic that I won't get into right now with the staff that we have. But we need the wide receivers. We need the offensive line for him. And on the defensive side of the ball, we probably need some other.
And to be honest, Jason, we might have had a nice offensive line. We just had a lot of injuries before the season started.
And we got transfers where they're young.
Yeah.
And then, we had a big injury on the offensive side too, competing with Evan Link as well too. But I don't think our offensive line is that bad. I know they're up for a Joe Moore award. I get that, but
we are
iffy at times for sure. We are. We're a semifinalist.
It's because of the rushing yards
this year.
It's because of the rushing yards. Everything other aspect would be kind of iffy if we're talking about pass blocking.
Wow, bro! If we win that Joe Moore award, bro, that's gonna be insane.
The Haynes would have to come
we're
back.
Not gonna win it.
Gonna have to. I don't think we are. We're just up there because of the rushing game.
Who else is the other finals? Y'all know?
In contention, I have no idea. I just know that we're probably not going to win it.
Wow, that's a shocker to me.
But that is a shocker. But yeah, back to Tim here. Yep, completely agree with you. We have the money to go after another good transfer class.
Facts.
We got to get the players. We got to get them to come here. So Michigan has a chance against Ohio State because it's the game. Records and rosters mean nothing. I do believe this Ohio State team is different because they are not dwelling on that rivalry aspect. I feel like it's a little bit different. They won a national
Ohio State ain't played nobody, bro. They ain't played nobody but Texas, bro.
And Texas really isn't that good. They got shit canned last night. So
exactly. So, but when they play somebody, we'll see.
I think they're a lot more. I think the atmosphere is going to be different from that for them. They haven't played much, but as far as like the rivalry, I think they're a lot more relaxed with it this year than in previous years. Derek, you and I, Dre, we've talked about this before. With the 12-team college football playoff and playing your rival potentially in the regular season, the conference championship, and the playoff, our rivalry's dead. It almost seems like teams are going to start to gel out and be a little bit more relaxed about it, that it's just going to be some game, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, but if
in the regular season might not mean anything anymore. It might not mean anything anymore. If both these teams were undefeated, it might not mean shit anymore, hypothetically. So, do I think Ohio State's a little bit more relaxed this year with the rivalry after coming off a natty? Yeah, it kind of feels like that way. They haven't played anyone. Sam could just throw the ball up and its receivers are going to go up and get it. We're going to have to form some pass rush. We can't blitz every single time to create that aspect, that element of the game either. Our secondary needs to be healthy. Rod Moore will probably be back for that game, which will be good for senior leadership and communication. So we'll just see what happens. I mean, shit, we were giving us a chance last year and we won. You never know. It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen in a rivalry game. Anything can happen. So we'll see.
For sure. And nothing that has happened is going to matter anymore, right? None of the shit that we're talking about, right? Nothing that happened before, because that game is one game of executing new plays against a new team. And last year, Ohio State won the national championship, and we beat them with an absolutely inept offense that could not. What was our longest pass play last year?
It was like 15 yards. Bryce broke it with like a 20-yard, 25-yard, 27-yard pass.
It was like 15 yards.
Week one.
In week one.
Yeah.
Right.
We could not throw a forward pass past 20 yards. It was a joke.
I will never not be confident in that game again.
Real quick. We can go to Cheeks. We can use Cheeks.
Right. Yeah, we were Cheeks. We were Cheeks last year, for sure. But the fact that we won that game last year at Ohio State means that I will be confident that we have the ability to potentially win that game forever and ever moving forward.
Regardless of... We got a shot,
We always got a shot.
We got a shot, bro.
Davis Warren, man. Love you.
I don't think Jordan Marshall's playing next week, so Maryland has a great chance to win.
I agree.
I'm not sure. I think if he's
able to play, I'm trying to tell you, Derek, man, they gonna keep him out. If he is able to play, I still think they gonna keep him out to Ohio State, bro. Where'd Jason go?
I'm not sure. He'll be back on.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna. I don't know, man. That's just me. I could be wrong.
It depends. We're not gonna know anything until Saturday.
On Saturday, we're definitely not. We will. We're not gonna know nothing. They're not going to tell us nothing at the press conferences. They're not going to tell us nothing at all. So we'll see.
This goes back to when we were talking about the defensive line. Pass rush is mid, especially the D tackles. This team's not as talented as we think watching the NFL draft. That's kind of what I was saying a little bit ago, is that Wink at the end of the season last year, I think, was partially saved by the fact that he had an NFL caliber defensive line that he got to play with. A couple other comments here.
Great. Thanks for always commenting, dude. Appreciate it.
For sure. So a couple comments. Generational, that's a stretch. Moss, Megatron, Jeremiah Smith, those are generational wide receivers in my opinion. Was that? Did you call Ohio State's receiver room generational?
No. Well, when I said wide receiver, Ohio State, but this is going back most likely to when I said we're talking about BU being a generational talent quarterback. Andrew Marsh, generational talent wide receiver.
I hope
is
so.
what he's referring to.
I hope so.
And that fumble, hey, dog, that fumble wasn't on him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that was on him, bro.
I think this is referring to Samaj.
No, I think
this is referring to Samaj Morgan.
No, I think he's talking about when Jason said Marshall's a generational wide receiver.
I think this was going back because this was at almost quarter to 11. So
yeah, I think that's what that is.
We can almost go back in time a little bit too, like a minute, and say that was probably too cute of a coaching call as well too.
Yeah, for sure, It
was. Yeah, I think that was
all
on coaching. That's what I was saying.
But it happened. We don't have a time machine yet. We're in 2025. We don't have a time machine. It's bullshit. I get it, but like, it doesn't matter. Oh, he got clocked for sure. Bryce didn't even see him coming. This guy went right through the line. It might have been Fitzgerald. I'm not sure who it was, linebacker, but we got clocked. I mean, as a freshman, he's still gaining weight. It's no justification here, but yeah, I get it. I know he's fumbled earlier in the season too, but he's going to make mistakes. But I think he should be returning the ball as well too. He kind of reminds me of a Ronnie Bell or like Roman Wilson back there as well. But man, underweight right now maybe for a freshman, but man, he got lit. But yeah, I mean, you got to hold on to the ball, man.
He's coming to his grown man body.
Yep.
Zeke definitely had a tough day. Definitely.
And all over.
And got really lucky. Definitely. Really lucky on multiple occasions that he was not playing against better receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a rough day.
I agree.
Brett, I want to see a fullback dive. Give Max Bredesen the ball. I'll be honest, I don't want to see a fullback dive.
Nope.
Every time I think of that play, I think of Ben Mason fumbling into the end zone.
In Wisconsin, Madison.
Yep.
You were at that game too. Shit.
I would much rather see Max Bredesen crush a linebacker and any running back that has consistently practiced and had a career of holding the football, hold the football in a key situation.
Yeah.
Max, our defensive backs are getting torched because the quarterbacks have 5 seconds in the pocket. We need that damn rush back.
That's what I said, man. If Sands get 5 seconds, he gonna slice our ass up, man, with them receivers he got, bro. It's gonna be rough.
It's come and gone. Derek Morris had a few weeks, a few consecutive weeks leading up to this week where he was an absolute menace in the backfield. Jayshon Barham has been neutralized from a pass rushing standpoint, mostly since he initially had a couple really good games when he transitioned to the edge position.
Now when we keep rotating players every 3 fucking seconds either to find their groove. I don't know why we do that yet.
I think we saw some flashes out of Enoeta. I think Enoeta could become a pretty good player. Maybe not this year, but I thought he had some good flashes yesterday and played a pretty good game.
I like Trey Pierce too.
Yes.
Yeah. Rayshon Benny's been our best. Rayshon Benny's been our best consistently.
I thought I was going to see more of Trey Williams, man. Thought I was going to hear his name a lot more this year than what I have. And
Me too. I did too. Facts.
I mean, I think we're still going to get ours, but it's a rivalry game. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. We got to just beat Maryland.
Yeah, I think so. Max, with a comment here, if we give Sayan 5+ seconds in the pocket, we will get torched.
I agree, Max.
I think
I agree.
I think a reality of this game against Ohio State is going to be similar to probably 2021 when we played Ohio State. They're going to get their yards, right? They're gonna. They had a shitload of yards against us, but we bent and we didn't break against them. If we can bend and not break and hold them and offensively,
someone needs to turn into something. Someone needs to turn in Ojabo then.
Yes.
Fact.
Real quick.
Yes.
Facts.
Which we don't have.
It's crazy.
Which we don't have. Awesome. Thanks for the thanks for the comments.
That's one team we can't just be blitzing out of the control, because we fuck up the blitz, he gonna light our ass up, man.
Someone could say Wink as well. He's blitzing to like maybe get that pass rush. Well, he was doing the same thing last year, and it took him forever that we had like 3 or 4 stout guys on the defensive line. So no, I think that's just his coaching style. Is he strategically maybe doing it to help out the pass rush this year? Maybe. Who the hell knows?
I'm about to say this year, I think so.
But at the same time, we can't afford that, and I think even next week too, we can't afford that. They have a good they have a good quarterback at Maryland as well too. Because Maryland doing Maryland things, they went 4-0 and they've just absolutely blown it out of the water with 6 straight losses. Yeah, but they're gonna play it tough. We're gonna have Ohio State on the brain. It is what it is, but like we can't just be blitzing every single time the next 2 weeks. It's got to be some type of strategy to help out the secondary out. Drop some linebackers back in coverage. Give these guys some fucking help. Change the formation. Make the offense guess. Whatever you have to do. But like Wink needs to figure out something. We're already on to week 11. The guy doesn't make adjustments. He's a stubborn coach. Go ahead, Derek.
Any final thoughts on football before we finish up here with a couple quick hitters with Michigan basketball and Michigan hockey?
No, I mean we could just segue into there. I mean it's kind of the same thing we've been saying about football, different aspects. I get that. It's just this coaching, man. I don't know. Could talk about youth. Could talk about injuries. We have the talent and we're underperforming with no progressive development, and that is my biggest concern. I'm going to say it every single episode. It's the same thing.
And going into
win to win. God knows why, but we're 8-2, and I love it. On to Maryland. I will take the record, and our dreams are still ahead of us. It's going to be close, and some of these upsets that happen with these teams. So Iowa, the travel obviously didn't affect them going to California. They were up 21 to what? 10? 21-10. But man, did they choke. Choked big time. But
I don't think they got a fly as far as we do. Do that count?
I mean, I don't know. It's Iowa. I just think of Midwest.
Oh, but, all right. I just want to know, like, do that count?
Regardless, I'm counting it for sure. Midwest play. But at the same time, like, there's some games the last 3 weeks, I should say, that has gone in our favor to still open these dream ups of making the college football playoffs. So it's in God's hands right now, and we got to play like we want to be there.
Had an AP poll came out
like that the last few weeks, but it's gritty wins. I want to say strongly, but we've had some gritty wins, and we're hanging in there with a young, injured team, but a very talented team. Coaching needs to improve. That's the last comment on football for me.
And looking, Dre, no, the AP poll has not come out yet. It should be coming out probably
very soon, probably in the next 40 some minutes, maybe 30 minutes.
All right.
And one last thought on football is I don't care what next week looks like. I'm sure we will when we come and do the same podcast next Sunday. But win the game. I don't care if it's 2-0. Win the game, and let's go into Ohio State week 9-2 with a potential Big Ten championship game berth on the line. And regardless, if we win that game, fair or unfair, I think Michigan, if we beat Ohio State, regardless of how all of the final standings stack up for who plays in the Big Ten championship game, I think that the committee is going to have a hard time leaving a brand as big as Michigan out of the 12-team playoff format if we beat Ohio State.
That's why I still think there needs to be a top 4, a Final Four conference championship. You want to keep adding teams, you're going to have a hard ass. The only reason Penn State got in there last year against Oregon in the conference championship game is because we beat Ohio State. You need a top 4 in there.
Yep, for sure. Well, a couple quick hitters here to finish off. So Michigan basketball, we could have the same exact podcast that we just had about football, about Michigan basketball. So they traveled to TCU and they turned the ball over 21 times.
So many times. Shit.
And
22.
Was it 22?
Yeah, CBS had 21, but I'm pretty sure it's 22 on ESPN, which I'm pretty sure that's the correct one.
So regardless, over 20 turnovers, and playing against a team that really
they were scrappy.
Completely different level of play. Did not shoot the ball well in general. Shot the ball pretty poorly, but came away with a win. So Michigan basketball 3-0. No need to super overreact at this point in the season with it being in
Same
November.
Shit as last year. Yeah, it's
the one thing that I'll say is that there's a couple players on this team that can step up and play well when needed. So Roddy Gale kind of became that guy for a little bit. Yaxel had a pretty good game, including helping to seal the game. Trey McKinney, as a true freshman, had 11 points coming off the bench, contributed a lot of minutes in the game. I think, Dre, you talked about this last week in our podcast. I do think it's going to be hard to keep him off of the court. One of the things that, if you look at historically what ingredients make for a championship run in March in college basketball, and it's the backcourt. It's having a point guard that just consistently has the ability to take over the game, and that's something that it's still early.
You got to stop shooting so many threes, man. You got to come in a little bit and get some of these tools too. Standing over there on the three all the time, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's the job that they want him to do at right now, but
he's their best 3-point shooter.
Facts. I'm not saying that, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, they gonna game plan for it. We know that you win a game, you gonna be shooting threes. Like, you got to come in and, you know what I'm saying, get a couple of these tools, easy baskets as well, man. That'll open up the threes more for you. But who am I? I'm not a coach.
Yeah, but way too sloppy of a game, way too many turnovers. So Michigan football and Michigan basketball somehow turned the ball over way more than you should in the game.
And both played purple teams, too.
Yes.
Coincidence? I don't think so. But same stuff as last year, kind of underperforming against our competition. So, I mean, we got a top 3 or top 5 transfer portal class. But, hey, I'll give you this. Rebound was looking good. Again, we had issues with that last year. So that looks like to be kind of cleaned up back-to-back weeks. But rebounding looks good. 44
the Big Ten
rebounds
looking good in college basketball, to be honest.
Yeah. They are. But 28 rebounds defensively. That's what I want to see. So we definitely out-rebounded them almost by 50% on the court. But the play in the last 2 games, turnovers, not just turnovers, early turnovers in the game. So we had 21 or 22 turnovers in total that led to 17 TCU points. We had 6 of those turnovers early in the game that led to like 8 or 9 points for TCU. That killed us. Like, we just could not come back in the game. We were getting close, and then we'd veer off. We still got hot and cold problems again for sure. But Morez, Derek, I want to repeat some of the stuff that you said with the stats too, but Morez Johnson Jr. looked good again, especially at the end. 10 points, 12 rebounds. Yaks again too, 14 points and 10 rebounds. Gale had 10 points and led the team in assists. And not the best shooting percentage at TCU, but freshman Trey McKinney, Flint, Michigan native again. Dude, this guy is just a freak. Like, he's just so fun to watch. If I wasn't into basketball right now and watching his young talent right now, I would totally watch the game. Too, anyways. He's special. Work. He came up clutch with that corner 3 near the end of the game. The lights didn't turn off. It's just a Chrysler problem, I'm guessing. But Cadeau, I've said it a lot before the season started. If you watch a lot of college ball, especially North Carolina last year is where he transferred from, he is a turnover machine. He's going to turn the ball over a lot. I kind of miss Mike McDonald a little bit. Yes, Cadeau. I miss McDonald. I know he transferred to Miami. I know he had some issues here and there, but he doesn't want to compete, so he left for the second year in a row. Auburn to Michigan, Michigan to Miami. Cadeau is a turnover machine. He had 6 turnovers. He only had 3 points. He's not putting up the points. I don't know if it's a confidence thing, but usually when he had the turnovers at North Carolina, he made it up with points. He didn't do that last week. So
man,
he's the quarterback.
Is that a sign of to come? Is that the 8-1-0 gonna be a starting point guard in a minute?
I mean, if we can look at LJ Case and go ahead.
Yeah, he hasn't been one that's he's been more of he hasn't been the guy that's been running the offense, right? So
he's been the two guard, right?
There's a long way for him to go to be running the point. But I think it's just the offense just has to settle. They play so fast. I think they just need to settle a little bit.
Can Gale run our
I would not. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't want him to run our offense. Just his ball handling skills is just a little iffy for me. I wouldn't want him running that.
Okay.
But like that's the thing with Cano. Like usually with North Carolina, he was a turnover machine. He's going to be a turnover machine here, so just bear with him. He usually made it up with points. He didn't do that last week. He only ended up with 3 points with the 6 turnovers. And another person that didn't really have a good game either. I know we're only into like 3 games here, but Mara didn't have the best game either. He had 5 turnovers and only 6 points. Rebounds weren't bad, but digressed a little bit. So we got Middle Tennessee this coming Wednesday at home. Let's get our confidence back. Let's just shoot lights out. I'll get to Michigan hockey real quick here too, because we got some NFL football to watch as well. But Michigan hockey split series again with number 5 and Wisconsin the week before. I mean, I'm going to take it. I mean, Wisconsin's ranked. Penn State's ranked 5. Those are tough teams.
Big Ten, bro.
The only one that kind of pissed me, Big Ten hockey's looking good. I think it's the state of hockey. I know it's Minnesota. I already said we're taking that card away. State of hockey is Michigan. State of hockey is Michigan, for sure. Western Michigan, Michigan State still looking good, and then Michigan. But losing to Wisconsin at home 1-6 hurt. That one pissed me off. But we're still ranked number 2 with the Suckeyes coming at home for a 2-game series. We should sweep them, but
we played them the same week. We played them at home, right? When we played them in football, right? We played them that Friday and Saturday, if I'm mistaken.
Well, we play the Suckeyes this coming weekend. So no,
it is. I thought it was next week.
We got the Suckeyes for hockey this coming weekend. So.
Okay.
Like I said, we should sweep them. We look good against the Badgers, but we split the series. They look good against the Badgers, but they split the series there. So Ohio State really doesn't have that bad of a hockey team either. They're competing as well. We have a freshman netminder. He's freakishly good, but we need to be more consistent on scoring. It's just game 1, putting up high goals. It's a couple trash goal, garbage goals at the end of the game, whatever. And then we just don't seem to find our offense, our rhythm in game 2. That's back-to-back series. We're kind of seeing that right now. So the scoring's been high, and then it kind of drops. Put pucks in the net, and then it kind of drops off. So it's every other game with a lot of pucks in the net, but defense too needs to play a little bit better. It's just we're playing heavy competition, so I'll take the splits. I'll take the split series with Penn State and Wisconsin the last couple of weeks. Not bad.
Yeah, for sure.
So Michigan looking good out here on all 3 assets.
Yeah. As we finish up here, one last comment. Turnovers ain't coaching. It happens. Yeah. It's just it's early in the season. It's early in the season.
I disagree with you a little bit though. I get that it's early in the season. Turnovers ain't coaching. It happens. I get that. In the last 2 years, let's say this, they've had different players try to mesh together real quick to make a team with 2 good transfer portal classes. Historically, I love Dusty May as a head coach. He's the one I wanted. I'm not saying I don't want him to be the head coach. I still want him there. Historically, anywhere where Dusty May coaches, look at this teams in turnovers. They're extremely high. FAU was the same thing. So to a point, it's still a coaching aspect to take care of the ball. But yes, I get it. With amount of transfer players that we've got in the last couple years with Dusty May, teams still meshing together with the new team and still early in the season. And Derek, we've talked about it a lot. You've mentioned it. The fast-paced team that Dusty May wants offensively to get up and down the court, you're going to see a lot more turnovers as well, too, and you're going to see a lot more in the future with Big Ten play as well. So agree to disagree. I get it, but at the same time, historically, he's got a high turnover. He's got a lot of teams that he's coached with high turnovers.
For sure. And it's one of those things where, some of them absolutely aren't coaching. Some of them are absolutely like, what the hell are you doing on a player? But it's right. Also got to be something that is coached into the players to take better care of the basketball. Now,
and that's why I'm surprised when we got Cano. He's a turnover machine. Why we had a lot of turnovers last year. If he's not making it up with points this year, that's just going to add to the problem. So, I really wish we would have just kept Mike McDonald, man. That sucked, losing him.
For sure.
Sorry, Dirk. Go ahead.
Well, all right. Well, on that note, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Max had posted one last comment here that we'll use to send us off. But again, be sure to give us a follow or subscription across all of our platforms where you can watch or listen to us. This went well for our first time doing a Sunday morning reaction podcast. So expect more of these in the future. When we are all still high reactionary, coming off of a previous
win or a loss.
Yeah, but thank you for tuning in
as well too. And then Daryl Young, thanks for just becoming a subscriber as well. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel
and your notification bell, so you don't miss an episode.
Ding ding. Yep.
On that note, Dre, do you want to sign us off?
Love one another, respect one another, and go blue.
Go blue.
Go blue.